greatest form of control is where you think you're free when you're being fundamentally manipulated and dictated to. One form of dictatorship is being in a prison cell and you can see the bars and touch it. The other one is sitting in a prison cell but you can't see the bar, you think you're free. What the human race is suffering from is mass hypnosis. We are being hypnotized by people like this. Newsreaders, politicians, teachers, lecturers. We are in a country and in a world that is being run by unbelievably sick people. The chasm between what we're told is going on and what is really going on is absolutely enormous.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Red Pill Hardcore. I'm your host, V, and today I have with me Miss Nina Duvall.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing good. I just had to put out an episode of the show where I talk about government censorship and how Eric has tried getting a hold of me and tried to connect with me, and we just could not connect through any medium whatsoever. But before we jump ahead into all that, introduce yourself to the world and let everyone know who you are.
Well, my name is Nina Duvall, and I work with Mr. Eric Griffin. He's a wonderful man. He is running for U.S. Senate, and that's going to be for the state of Nevada in 2018. He's humble, real sweet, very knowledgeable in this area. What his candidacy represents really is negotiation in the United Nations to amend the Declaration of Human Rights. First is to ban the emerging new postmodern mind control, slavery, and human trafficking worldwide, as we probably hear about it day and night.
Absolutely.
Victims are trafficked one mind control technology to another. They're also trafficked network of counterintelligence programs, according to liberal operatives, many programs. The CIA and famous, as you probably heard of it, and a lot of people probably wonder what that is, but they can look it up. It's MK Ultra programs. And these victims of the mind control slavery, who are opening fire upon space energy weapons, and they're tortured 24/7. Additionally, they continuously to be exposed violently to the guantanamo probe. Even the victims, if they move from one place to another, they're victimized. They're followed. They can't escape. They have cruel tactics being applied to them from locations to another. Victims of these crimes, I always need them to contact me or Mr. Griffin. This is one of the programs he's going to be fighting for, because we have a lot of people worldwide, and a lot of people sometimes when they hear this, they say, "Oh, well, there's targeted victims. Why? Nobody is doing that to you." As a matter of fact, we have hundreds of victims with proof of what's being done to them. We have many victims are going now in courts cases, being represented by great lawyers. There's one in New York who's representing, maybe just top of my head, like 20 of them. So these victims do exist worldwide. This is just one of the programs also he's dedicated to it. He also wants to be taking these claims and testimonial and cases with him to the UN and Senate and the Congress so they can have a hearing. He's not going alone. He'll be going with these victims. So we're organizing this kind of program to put it together where we have dates, when we're going to go, when we're going to speak, who's going to go with us. He's got some lawyers handling this situation. So he's been already working on this for an entire year. This is as far as this program. Now, he's also on his campaign got many things. I want to go just to my pages real quickly. to cover exactly what he's going to be representing. Sorry, it didn't take me a minute.
Well, you know, I was not sure if I should go into this or not, but I mean, you have extensive history for campaigning, and you had a politician, a candidate for Senate in California, who's also going against this. I mean, is this going to be a trend? Could this be a positive trend that we're seeing? Because we've had Jim Guest, we've had, you know, several other politicians talk about Star Wars weaponry, because this is what this is, Star Wars, the Star Wars program, and laws being made against space-based weaponry.
Yeah, that was in Richmond, California.
Richmond, California.
Yes.
Absolutely. And so, City Council, Richmond City Council, passed a resolution to ban this, and this is becoming something evident. Now, I know you're representing Miss Massey Monroe, and she unfortunately had to drop out of the race because someone was holding her seat. Who was that?
Well, she was informed that, well, actually, this was on TV. Dianne
Feinstein's holding her seat, right?
She came on TV and she said she's going to be running again. So, you know, she said, well, I don't want to run with her. I said, you have a very good chance. I mean, you've got so much votes anyway. The last time they voted, she got 98,000 voices. Mm-hmm. Okay, she was not famous whatsoever. All she did probably was a couple of commercials with Bernie Sanders on TV. But, you know, from just those two commercials and her reaching out on her website and her contacts with victims, she was very popular, and she got so much attention. It's unbelievable. And she has so much voices that if she would have run, she would have won, literally. Mm-hmm. But I tried to convince her that she wouldn't. She had to.
And see, that's sort of like, you know, the big names just holding court. It doesn't matter how. Dianne Feinstein, I'm sorry, but she doesn't seem like she's done anything for anybody, but everyone knows her name, and people, I guess, know not to run against her because her name's known. I mean, if we had someone smaller than Hillary Clinton, I mean, Donald Trump, everyone knows Donald Trump. If we had someone with a lesser of public, I would say, image than Hillary Clinton would have won office. I mean, that's just how superficial politics can be. You know, it's, you know, damn the underdog, which is totally ridiculous and defeats the whole purpose of politics. So, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your thought.
I agree with you because there's always new hope and new faces and new ideas. And if we keep, you know, these senators or governors keep staying in a term after another term, and especially in the area where I cover and where my work comes, where I'm helping victims of these crimes, trying to reach out to them, and there's no results. There's no starting of an investigation to see what's going on, if they really are hurting. If not, they don't take them seriously. So they've tried every direction there is. They've tried to go step by step to reach the proper person to speak with. They reached to their Congress, their representative, to their U.S. Senator. Nothing happened, and these people have been on their seats for how many years? So with new faces like Eric, or like Miss Massey, if she would have ran, you know, they would have gotten so much attention, and people would listen, and the Congress would say, what's going on? What's happening? Okay, we are going to look at this. We're going to look at this. You know, we're going to talk to these people. And that's my idea when Eric was telling me, you know what, I'm not a tie, and I'm not a jacket guy, you know, a suit guy. I'm a home. Look at me. And you know, he does. He will go out to his VA hospital or nonprofit speaking event
most of the time I call him.
Shirt, jeans, or regular pants and shirt.
Yeah, most of the time.
You know, he's really a casual person, but he talks sense. He makes sense of what he says.
And it's actually nice to have somebody who wants to look after our veterans. I mean, how many stories you need to hear about homeless vets? I mean, I was one of them, a homeless vet at one point in time. So, I mean, every time I call Eric, it seems like he's at, the VA or, trying to talk to people and rally and get some, morale going. And it's really wonderful to have this man running for Senate. And I don't know, did you see his recent video? He made a video to give to me, and it's choppy from, there's whole spaces, several minutes where it's just chopped up, audio's dead, and whatnot. I have not seen this before, and we can't connect via...
I haven't seen that yet.
we cannot connect via Skype. We can't connect via Google Hangouts. No messages are being sent. And so, do you see... I mean, honestly, this guy is a good guy. If he's being censored out, I mean, we're gonna let the Bengali killer, miss 33,000. I think it was 33,000 emails. Missed 33,000 emails deleted over illegal activity. We're gonna let this person run for president, but a guy who is running for a Senate, whose grassroots, he has the people's interest. He's got the people's future at heart. Interest just sounds, that's so cliche. He's got the people's future at heart. And I can't connect with him. His videos are destroyed online. He can seem a little bit rough and abrasive, but this man is genuinely a good guy. And I like him. I like his policies and all that. So I'm not even sure where to go with this, because I've got to ask you questions. I've got to ask him questions. So as far as your involvement, what's the plan to keep this going? Well, how can we get this man in office from your perspective? I'm sorry, say again?
You said, what's the plan?
How do we get this man in office? Yes, absolutely.
Well, okay. Well, there's many things. We are, as a matter of fact, it'd be really interesting for me to list those positions. We just started opening the doors to people that we need in the campaign. If you don't mind me saying it on your TV show, that would help a lot.
I'm uncensored here. This is Red Pill Hardcore. Go right ahead.
Because we do need these positions filled, and I always encourage the victims first. Come first and apply. Everybody's welcome. Okay, there's no pick and choose, and we are not racist. Everybody is more than welcome to apply for any of those positions. The reason why I always prefer to say victims shoot for this first, because you've got a case, you're going to be heard, you're going to be employed within the campaign. That way, you'll work your way through the right channels and the proper channels. So, if you don't mind me, those are the positions Mr. Eric Griffin is hired for. We are looking for Chief of Staff, opening 1. Grassroots Committee Chief of Staff, 1. Grassroots staffers, all positions are open. Finance Committee staff members, we're looking for 7 people. Congressional staff's members, we're also looking for 7. Homeland Security Committee staff members, we're also looking for 7. Education Committee staff members, we're looking for 7. Agriculture Committee staff members, we're looking also for 7. Labor Committee staff members, we need 7. Taxes Committee members, we just need 1. International Committee members, we need 7 people. Immigration Committee members, we're looking for 7. Environmental Committee members, we're looking for 7. Budget Committee members, I'm also looking for 7. Energy Committee members, we're looking for 4. Telecommunications Committee members, we're also looking for 7. Veterans Committee members, we're looking for 7. Welfare Committee members, I'm looking for 7. And last, it would be, but not least, Government Issues Committee's members, I'm looking for 7. We also have other issues and other positions, we're looking for 7 more volunteers. So, not just volunteers we're looking for, these positions are also paid positions. I'm going to give you Eric's phone number. He also instructed me to give the phone number on here. So if anybody is interested in those positions, please contact him. The phone number is 702-505-5525. Again, 702-505-5525. His email address is Eric_Griffin93@yahoo.com. It's Eric_Griffin93@yahoo.com. So those positions have been posted for the past, I want to say, I posted them now 3 days. 3 days ago on many social media apps. You know, we're talking about Facebook, Twitter, Vines, Tumblr, Instagram, everything. Everything that I'm going to think of, I'm going to post it because this is really the time to start the campaign because,
Well,
you know, the year is running.
well, I'm gonna say for
coming around the corner.
a little personal note, Minds.com is the new social media site to be on. Please go to Minds.com. You know how Facebook jails you for spamming, especially if it's something political that is not with their interest, and you get Facebook jailed, suspended, whatever. You know, you don't see that with Minds. You don't see that with Minds.com, okay? Minds.com, if you want to spam, guess what? You get rewarded for spamming. You get points for sharing your information. Minds.com is actually it's about freedom of speech, freedom of information. I actually encourage everyone to leave Facebook and go to Minds.com. It's the new social media. It really is. Facebook is Gestapo, Nazi, propaganda, censorship. It really is. So, but with that said, we're going to take a little commercial break, and we'll go from there.
Think there isn't much difference between emergency food companies? Sadly, some companies skimp on serving sizes, and you don't always get the filling meals you'd expect. We bought competing products from recognized brands, so you can see for yourself how their serving sizes stack up to Legacy Premium on similar dishes. Don't be fooled by the serving size scam. Legacy not only gives you more food and bigger servings for your money, but Legacy is also non-GMO and tastes amazing.
I want people to buy this. People buy Lou Garino's book.
Yeah, guys, it's on Amazon. You can check it out by the author, Lou Garino, Garino. You can go to my Facebook page, Business Newsmakers. You can order it on there. You can go to Amazon. The book is called Fear and Loathing, Voting in America 2016. But it's more than just a voting book and about apathy. It's about how we got to this point in history. So it could be relevant in 2020 as well. How did we get here right now? What were the set of circumstances politically and socially that melted to this point where our country is the way it is right now? Where they have divided us, and when I say they, we are not divided amongst ourselves. We are united, man. I live in one of the most culturally diverse cities in America, in the world, Houston, Texas. People open the door for each other. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Howdy. There's no hate. It's all what they're selling on TV through their psychological operations. So it's all about that. It's all about how the Clintons came to power, the Bushes, you name it, guys. Fear and Loathing, Voting in America 2016. It's a must read. It gives you a different look as opposed to the partisan views. It gives you an anti-partisan view about how this country started without any parties whatsoever, and about how they collaborated to take control of our country. So you get a chance, give it a read. It's not too long. It's not War and Peace. I make the points rather quickly. Fear and Loathing, Voting in America 2016. And I also want to encourage you to stay tuned to his new television show that is enlightening the world. It's illuminating the people that are illuminating us. So we've got to stay true. We've got to seek the truth, and we've got to keep endlessly seeking the truth. So stay tuned, guys, and keep watching.
And we are back from commercial break, and I have with me Miss Nina Duvall. My director, Anthony Thomas, Agatha. I've got several people who are involved with the show, and when it comes to advertising, you beat us all out. I mean, I've been seeing your ads since forever, and you know, any politician would be blessed to have you and their campaign. I could say that for sure. After Eric's campaign is over, I got to get you full time with my team.
Right.
And
pleasure.
well, you know, I want to talk about the filling of these positions because I'm involved with every kind of human, you know, rights activist groups that you can think of, even animal rights groups. I'm involved with rights, period. We have rights, and they're not being respected by New World Order governments, and this has got to obviously come to some sort of end. We need new blood. How many politicians do you need in office who has been to the bone and skulls? Whatever elitist frat boy boy love club that you want to talk about. We've had enough of these Freemasons in office. We need real people from real places, real neighborhoods. I mean, I don't want to sound like anti-rich people or anti any of that, but you have a real conflict of interest when you're in power. You're in a political seat or any position of authority, whether it be corporate or political or anything like that. You're rich. You don't have anyone's interest at heart. You just don't. You don't. You have these senators, you have the Congress who have lifetime pensions, and they're not worried about going broke. They're not dependent upon the economy like you and I are. They're not dependent upon health care. Their health care is free, paid for by us. I should mention, you know, they're these politicians are saying, "Oh, well, we're one of you." You know, I'm a Texan. I'm from Texas, and it's just when you hear one of these politicians, like, you know, around, "Oh, come over here and have some gumbo, boy. I'm just one of yous." No, you have millions and millions of dollars from your oil fields. You're not me. You're not like me. You're not. You couldn't relate with me if you wanted to. So here we have someone with the gall to run for a Senate seat. Now, we need to run with this because it's what is there? Go ahead. I think you know what I'm saying.
It's okay. I love your conversation because you cover so much areas that is just unreal. He's just not only going to be speaking to the victims. You know, he's got so much things that he also represents because, mind you, some people believe in victims, some people don't believe in victims. So we have to take this step at a time. I'm going to cover a little bit of what he is really campaigning for. You know,
okay.
And it makes sense.
Please.
One of the things is, and I'll go back to each point and discuss it a little bit. Grassroots democracy is one of the things he talks about. Mm-hmm. Social justice and equal opportunity. Ecological wisdom. Nonviolence. Decentralization. Community-based economics and economic justice. Feminisms and gender equity. Respect for diversity. Personal and global responsibility. Future focus and sustainability. Now, if we go back and talk about the first, which is the grassroots democracy, this is what he tells me. Every human being deserves a say in the decision that affects their lives and not be subjected to the will of another. Therefore, we will work to increase are fully accountable to the people who elect them. We will also work to create new types of political organizations which expands the process of participatory democracy by directly including citizens in that decision making. What do you think about that?
Well, that all sounds good next to having a politician that's snatching women by the pussy. Hey, I know we have to bleep that out, but you know, let's just keep it real. You got the Bengali killer, and you have a serial sex offender who made office. I think it really is time for that change. I mean, I don't know how to put it any other way without being lewd, but we are in a ludicrous situation right now in our politics, our global politics. That's just the situation. That's just what it is. And so, having someone, you know, I would think at this point, I'm not trying to marginalize Eric. Eric is a good friend of mine, but at this point, if we have a choice between Hillary and Clinton Hillary and Trump for presidency, I'm ready to give any political seat of power to any garbage man, any janitor, you know. But Eric is a shoo-in. Shoo-in. He's a real man, a real person, real values. If anybody follows this man on social media, I mean, I love when he talks about real women and the empowering of women and all the stuff. It's like he makes fun of Jerry Springer social traps and what real men are, what real women are, and it's like you look at it and it's like, yeah, how are we going to tell them? You know, Trump is not. What can Trump talk about? Hatred for Muslims, digging up burial sites for Native Americans for oil, building a militarized police force across the nation. I mean, is there any comparison at this point?
Something really caught my attention when you were talking about the non-violence part. Let me read this.
Okay.
It is essential. This is exactly how he read it to me, and I was like, oh my God, you sound like Martin Luther King. Seriously, he had so much passion when he was talking to me about this. It is essential that we develop effective alternative to society. Current patterns of violence. We will work to demilitarize and eliminate weapons of mass destruction without being naive about the intentions of other governments. We recognize the need for self-defense and the defense of others who are in helpless situations. We promote non-violent methods to oppose practices and policies with which we disagree. We will also guide our action towards lasting personal, community, and global peace. So basically, I asked him, what do you mean? He says when he goes out to speak in nonprofit organizations or schools, he talks to kids and young kids and shows them videos and gives them life situation stories, heart to heart, about what violence can do to each child or each little girl or boy. So what amazed me was, who does that? He gets out there with his pants and shirt, jeans or shorts, whatever the case might be. No political advertisement about that he's coming, no commercial. He just comes in and he says, I'm running to be who and who, and my name is Eric Griffin, and I like to speak. Who does that? I mean, he gets a crowd him just by being himself, casual, just like you and I. He doesn't put no political suit on. He does not do the typing. He doesn't do the look of the commercials. He's just him. I mean, when you see his videos, it's just him.
It's just him. Yeah.
You know, you can't judge him, but he's amazing. He's knowledgeable about what he's thinking about. He knows what's going on.
Well, it's sort of like...
What I feel like is that the victims have been speaking with him recently, and he's been a people person.
Well, for me...
a lot of emails and a lot of phone calls.
Yeah, I agree. But for me, it's like, I know I'm going to super nerddom. Even nerds are going to lose me at this point. I used to read Mr. T comics back when I was a kid, and it's like, you know, community hero is not super powered, but extremely sympathetic to the, you know, his environment, not just people, but, you know, industry, economics, ecological, and so forth. And it's really amazing to me that every time I think of Mr. Griffin, I think of myself reading those comics when I was a kid. It's like, it's just not the guy that you get over on, but extreme compassion, and
he likes you.
he likes you. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, he does. I like that guy. I like that guy.
Yes.
Because what time are you going on the TV show? And I said, I don't know yet. He says, well, let me check. So he checks real quick. He goes, I think you're going on 8. I'm after you. He goes, he goes, go. He's a good guy. I go, I know. I spoke to you before.
Well, if I can get around the censorship, the electronic harassment, and all that stuff, I can get them on as soon as possible. I just really want to encourage people to look at actual alternative candidates for presidency. If you're going to work with inside the system, I mean, I thank God I'm not ready for any seat, because I mean, I would be so orthodox that people are just not going to take me seriously anyways. But I guess that's why I'm in media, because, you know, I get to be the clown. But you know, it's really disappointing that people like Ron Paul, who, I mean, it's obvious he's touched on every issue that we all talk about as truthers, conspiracy theorists, people who are economically disadvantaged. It's a shame Ron Paul has never made it to be president, and I think he won't run for president because he knows he'll be assassinated.
Yeah.
But here we have someone that's like Ron Paul, who's willing to run for a seat of office and be able to discuss the issues. Now, we have a black man who's middle-aged and has been through a lot, but has the community connections. And, I mean, America, just to get the racism out of the way, America, we got Trump in office. I don't know how many times I gotta say that. But anyways, with the social, you know, eugenics, dysgenics. I want to say that. I want to correct myself. Dysgenics, not eugenics. When you talk about eugenics, you're talking about, oh, who do I want to date to become my wife and have kids with? That's eugenics. But when you're talking about this person over here is someone I don't like because they're different from me, they must die, that's dysgenics. Okay? But you have blacks, you have Latinos, you have now Arabs and whatever minorities, and then you have now the whites who are poor. And just because you are willing to not strive to be corporate ladder climbers. I'm talking to you, poor white America. If just because you are actual human beings who get along with everyone in your environment, you are willing to live with blacks, Latinos, and now Arabs. Just because now you might as well be the white N-word, and that's why they're willing to get rid of you. And so that's why you're in the same boat with the rest of us. So why not give someone who has a long history, he, myself, and others who have a long history of our ancestors being disadvantaged? Why not give them a chance? America needs a change. Okay? I mean, is anything I'm saying resonating with anybody? How about you, Nina?
We do need change. We do need change. And like, like the president said, okay, I'm here, I'm not working to get paid, I'm doing it for free. But to be honest with you, from what we've been seeing on TV and what's happening, he has been cleaning house. Now imagine, for the next 3 years, he cleans house and he catches all these criminals that are torturing people, that are running these illegal programs, that they're running programs on the street that they'll take you off of the vehicle and crash your car and, stop you and harass you and listen into your privacy and breaking. I have one lady in Las Vegas, her house is broken into on a daily basis. When she goes home from work, she has no enemies. She's a real estate broker. All these little groups of criminals, if they get arrested and our presidents clean them up and work together with U.S. senators and Congress, we won't have these problems. We won't have these programs. I mean, you've got people all over the world. And I am getting complaints from Italy, France, the UK, Yugoslavia, China. Then you go to the island. I'm getting people from South Africa. This is a worldwide, horrible organization of criminals that have nothing to do except target innocent citizens. And we're not just saying there's a UFO here and there. These people are doctors and lawyers, teachers and fathers and mothers. And all they do is complain daily to me. I mean, we Skype daily. We talk on Facebook. Look what's happening to me today. Look at my walls. Walls are broken. Electricity is taken off the wall. Our windows are broken. Their kids are harassed in school. What is the gain from all this evilness? What is the gain? So if we can't win nicely with these people, and if we can't reach out to our local police to help us, we're going to go all the way to a U.S. Senator, to Congress, to representatives, to all the way to the U.S. President. We'll do what we have to do, no matter how long we have to try, no matter how long it's going to take us. Like Eric told me, he's been fighting this for 16 years, and he'll continue in another 16 years, and another, until there's no more like this. Because if we sit down and just act like cowards and accept the abuse, then our children and their children are going to be toast.
Well,
they're going to be lab rats.
Yes. Absolutely right. And that's absolutely right. I mean, lab rats. Here we have GMO foods, we have chemtrails, we have fluoridated water. We're stacked up on top of each other. No renewable energy to sustain us lab rats. All the answers to all of our problems are known by the government. We have free energy. We have. It's
time for them to open their eyes,
Well, I mean, we have the ability to terraform planets. That's what they're doing with the chemtrails, by the way, weather control. We can do it with the moon, we can do it with Mars. Expansion, which as a civilized species growing on a planet, that is the natural step, is to become interplanetary. And no. They're going to keep us right here on present planet. Not to be all Alex Jones about this. That's exactly what it is, present planet. They would rather have us war with ourselves, kill each other off, and go along with their dysgenics programs, depopulation programs, and be the small number of people which they can control and farm on this little tiny dirt ball. I mean, if we hop from planet to planet, guess what? Their sphere of influence has to grow, and they're just not intelligent enough to do that. They're not intelligent enough to control interplanetary kingdom, imperium, whatever society you want to call it. They can't do it. So it's our heads on the chopping blocks. So if we want to see a change, we need a real change. We need politicians. We need military leaders who will go by a code that's set by the people and not this Illuminati, Freemasonry, New World Order horse crap. and that sort of thing. So I really want to put a call out there for anyone who is an activist that wants to help out Mr. Eric Griffin. So many positions need to be filled. You want change in this world? You gotta do it yourself. I'm on a crusade myself. If you want any justice in this world, you gotta get yourself.
And you put our foot in the pudding. We gotta work hard on it. Every direction. We all have to participate.
We all gotta do our part. If one of us can do what we need to do at full potential, that can save 100,000 lives. One of us. So, if you have any ending statements that you would like to say, now would be the time. So we're running towards the end of the show.
Okay. Well, I'm going to close with my favorite. This is when he talks about respect for diversity. Now, knowing what's going on around the world.
Mm-hmm.
We believe it is important to value culture, ethnic, racial, sexual, religious, and spiritual diversity.
Mm-hmm.
We also need to promote the development of respectful relationships across these lines. We believe that the many diverse elements of society should be reflected in our organization and decision-making bodies. We also support the leadership of people who have been traditionally closed out of leadership. We acknowledge and encourage respect for other life forms than our own and the preservations of biodiversity. We take value from other state local greens. There is no authoritative version of the 10 key values of the greens. The 10 key values are guiding principles that are adapted and defined to fit each state and local chapter. As a U.S. Senator, he will be working for Nevada to make sure every person in Nevada will have a job. He will also work on putting the education for kids first. He will put safety of Nevadans first by holding hearings on the corruption that takes place in the great state. He will also hold a hearing on an option out of Obamacare. He will also hold a hearing on demanding the impeachment of Bush, Cheney, and Obama and others.
Oh, yeah.
He will also be demanding the arrest of all American war criminals and demand the International Court arrest USA government officials involved in torture of Americans and for the illegal spying program. He will also work on taking immunity away from all government officials.
Accountability.
Close on closing down the NSA and the CIA. Also working on ordering the Congress to sign a bill, and that bill opting out of the UN and reclaiming USA sovereignty and making the Constitution the law of the land. He's serious about that.
Oh, you know, well, I could say that this is needed. This is a long time coming. That was my checklist right there.
Okay.
Right. Hey, war criminals, you know, the Bushes and the Clintons.
Well, you know they're beginning to investigate a lot of them now.
Well, I understand now why I'm not able to contact him via any video means for remote transmission for a TV show. But with that said, we're going to try a little harder. If I got to play hand against hand, get whatever agency on top of whatever, see it fail, and it's all documentation. That's the beauty of media. It's wonderful. And so the fact they've tried potting us down, hushing us up, this is something serious, ladies and gentlemen. It's something serious. So, Miss Nina Duvall, I want to thank you for being on the show. And a wonderful guest, wonderful show, and
pleasure. Pleasure always talking to you.
It's always a pleasure talking to you as well. We got to work on everything we can to get Eric uncensored and seen by the public. So.
Absolutely. Just let me know when you want him on, and I'll have it for you.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
You're very welcome, and may God bless you, and please apply for the jobs.
The jobs are very important. Please fill in for these jobs. If you can't get a hold of them, please get a hold of me at my email, thetruthpharmacy@gmail.com. You can get a hold of Anthony on Facebook. You can get a hold of Agatha on Facebook.
Everywhere.
Hey.
Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter. I'm on every one of those social media apps.
Nina Duvall, please, the most hardcore activist who can bring the facts, bring the issues to the table, who can, wrestle with the best of them. I mean, this is what we need. I'm planning on filling one of those positions myself.
Hey, I learned from the best. You're the best.
All right. Well, again, thank you for being on the show, and I look forward to having you on again soon.
Absolutely. Same here. Thank you.
All right.
I am V from the Red Pill Hardcore radio show and TV show. I'm here to tell you guys about my militia, the Red Pill Militia of Minnesota. The militia is there to protect the people of the United States from any enemy that may threaten our way of life, regardless of religion or political stance. We will unite the people as one to fight tyranny of any form from anywhere, including our own government. We will see the people free again. I hope you would like to join my militia. Please visit our Facebook page, The People's Red Pill Militia. Like, comment, let us know in general what you think. And if you want to be a volunteer, all you have to do is coordinate with our members. We're all honorary brothers of the militia because we all protect our freedoms, our constitutional rights, and the most important things that we have as American citizens. So please help me in protecting those rights and join my militia.